A house as old as this one becomes, in time, a living thing. It starts holding on to things, keeping them alive when they shouldn't be. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Some should never be spoken about again. Welcome back to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest. We are reviewing Crimson Peak from 2015. Let's open up this haunted house and see what's inside.
Ghosts are real. I've seen them all my life.
This Friday,
you're imagining things.
the haunting begins.
If you're here with me, give me a signal.
From Master of Horror Guillermo Del Toro comes his most terrifying film yet. Crimson Peak, rated R.
Joining me today are reoccurring guests Cole and Taylor. Always happy to have them on the pod. The description of this movie is: in the aftermath of a family tragedy, an aspiring author is torn between love for her love for her childhood friend and the temptation of a mysterious outsider. Trying to escape the ghosts of her past, she is swept away to a house that breathes, bleeds, and remembers. Top billed stars are Mia Wasikowska. That's spelled wrong. Mia Wasikowska? She's from the Alice in Wonderland films. Jessica Chastain. Jessica Chastain, Tom Hiddleston. Directed by Guillermo Del Toro. Runtime 1 hour 59 minutes. Rated R. Rotten Tomatoes genre classification says horror, mystery, and thriller, romance. That's kind of a weird grouping. IMDb gives it a 6.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, 72% from critics, 55% from the rest of us. Box office haul is $74.6 million with a production budget of over $55 million, so probably didn't do that well. You can currently watch this if you have Cinemax. I don't know if you can watch it on demand with Cinemax, kind of like HBO or not, but anyway, Cinemax has it right now. I think if you also have the Cinemax plug-in with Amazon or Hulu, you can stream it on those two platforms as well. And I want to apologize. I wanted to get this out by Halloween and it didn't happen. So also this is free, so you can just enjoy it when it comes out. How about that? Some popcorn trivia. Though the house was built in its entirety, it had to be torn down at the end of the shoot in order to make space in the studio. That's crazy. As you watch the film, the whole house is built. Jessica Chastain learned the piano for the movie and performed all songs in the movie by herself. She had previously learned the bass guitar for Mama from 2013, where Guillermo Del Toro was the producer. Del Toro claims that one of the inspirations for the film was an actual supernatural event that occurred to him while location scouting for the Hobbit trilogy. When he was originally set to direct the films, he and some members of the production stayed the night at a haunted hotel in New Zealand. Del Toro claims that one night after midnight he could hear the sounds of a murder, including whimpering and screams, coming from a vent leading to an empty bathroom. This event was the basis for a sequence in the film when Edith witnesses a ghost in a bathtub. Del Toro, you're a crazy dude, and it's crazy that you had that experience. Also, Del Toro wrote 11 or 12 versions of the film before settling on the final draft. He was coming up with the new scenes during production. Universal made the decision to release the film around Halloween, and since Guillermo del Toro didn't finish the film until December 2014 or January 2015, the release date had to be set for October 2015. And finally, in an interview, Del Toro said that the color red is associated with the ghosts. Only those linked to the ghosts wear red, and the red doesn't appear anywhere else in the film except at the hall. And you know what? I don't have any beefs with this film. Usually I have a couple of beefs to talk about, but no beef today. So let's jump into the review of Crimson Peak 2015. Welcome back to another episode of the Popcorn Priest. as we screen another film. Joining us is Barely Alive Marines and
Also barely alive. Construction dust Marines.
and Barely Alive Tribe. We have screened tonight 2015 Crimson Peak, directed by
Goodness gracious.
Guillermo Del Toro.
2015? That was forever.
2016. Or was it
It
2015?
can't be 2016.
It says 2015 here on the Blu-ray
Holy crap,
slip
was that
from
long ago?
Netflix.
Wow,
In the wake of a family tragedy, Edith Cushing impulsively weds the disarming Sir Thomas Sharp.
Yeah.
But after moving into Sharp's isolated mansion in the northern England, Edith discovers that the house and her husband are hiding chilling secrets. Ha ha ha.
Well, that doesn't even begin to describe what's going on.
No,
I feel like that gives a little too much away, to be honest. I'm glad I didn't read that.
No, the trailer gives more than that.
Well,
when you watch
I
the
hadn't
trailer.
seen that in 3-4 years, so
I hadn't either.
I didn't know.
I can remember the trailer, but the trailer gives more than that away. Because it's mainly... The house is the centerpiece of the film. And then there's just a plot going on in the background, basically.
So it's kind of a traditional haunted house story. Kinda. I mean, like, at least at first.
The haunted... Yeah, no, that's true. It goes from...
It's like, that's not the center of the story. That's not...
Well, but that's
Well, I
where
guess it kinda
that's
is.
where all the revelations come to light, though. Is within the house and the secrets.
It's The Shining.
hidden within it. Yeah, it's
It's
basically
pretty much The Shining. Like,
It's-
it's everything about it. Like, it's an isolated place during winter.
like if you take Disney's The Haunted Mansion and The Shining and combine them into
Yeah.
one film with a lot of blood.
I saw that movie with Eddie Murphy. Was it good?
Yeah, it was all right. It's 12.
There was no Pirates of the Caribbean as far as rides go. Ride movies.
Exactly.
Well, I was terrified in some parts.
Yeah, there's some real good scenes in there. Really like.
His special effects, like he doesn't skimp when it comes to special effects. Like it's some parts you actually think there's a real person rising out of the floor.
I mean, I think just stylistically, like the way that that early shot where you saw the ghost like walking towards you, but then it all became shadow. Like it's a very unnerving
very
thing, and so when you
unsettling.
see the hand come out of the shadow, like right next to her, it's a very good shot. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
and he doesn't resort to. I mean, there's like one or two jump scares in the movie, but
He builds the tension.
like
He
a-
doesn't just try and make you jump.
It's like I feel like the situation's more unsettling than because it's not.
yeah, the special effects were like a combination of like melding it's like real effects and then
Yeah,
CG, so you were like
The
it's
whole
just a-
movie kind of has that look to it. Like it's a very unique style. Like that is not. 'Cause what was that like? Because what was that one movie, Woman in Black, which was kind of a similar setting, Daniel
Similar, but
Radcliffe?
it was yeah.
but not as. It was more boring visually.
There wasn't much effort put into that one. That was more jump scares.
That was entirely jump
a
scare.
lot of jump scares for sure.
It's like, but like just in contrast, this one's got like a lot of colors, a lot of like specifically chosen colors and contrast. And
Well,
very,
this
like,
one has interesting characters where you kind of want to figure out what's going on rather than just kind of waiting for the next
Daniel
day.
Radcliffe and his what was
No,
that?
because
He's like a
you-
lawyer or something.
You
I don't
gotta
even
know what's
remember.
going on.
His wife was dead.
That movie, dude, you made me watch like all of it by myself.
You watched the second half by yourself because
And
I
you
was busy
left.
upstairs.
and like opened up the booth and scared me, and I swear I saw one of the chairs rocking during the film.
Don't be so suggestible.
Yeah, that might be a little
It was terrifying. And you're like, I'll be right back.
Because I had to
70
change-
minutes
I remember-
later.
I remember I had to change filters. It took me forever because one of the panels wouldn't come off on the NECs. I remember that now. Because I was supposed to change the filters and I hadn't done it. And I was worried Andrea was going to get mad at me.
I was terrified, and I still remember it. And I'm reminded of it because of this screening.
And I was going to bring it up, but you hadn't mentioned it for a second. So I was like, maybe you forgot that he had to watch a scary movie by himself. 7 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I am very impressionable.
Don't say that was 7 years ago.
It was because I was just a regular projectionist then. It was 2009, 2010. It was a while ago.
Don't say that.
Because everyone's like, post Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe, what's he going to do now?
Yeah, you're right. I feel so old.
Tell me about it.
Well, we digress.
We have a tendency to sidetrack very easily. It's just basically like, it's like Wheel of Fortune where you just spin the wheel and land on a random topic.
I really like the film. It's beautiful to look at.
2 hours long, and it felt like it was a half an hour. It went by really quick.
I remember seeing trailers for this and having no interest in seeing it.
Yeah, me too.
So I probably wouldn't have watched it.
I was the exact opposite, where I was all excited, and I was like, I want to watch this, I want to watch this.
Well,
and
what's your excuse?
Work, because I was basically working 14 hours a day. I never watch movies anymore.
Yeah, I never wanted to watch it, but having seen it, I really liked it. I liked the way it looked. I thought the story was interesting. I thought the characters were interesting.
I thought the set dressing.
Oh yeah,
and
like all the attention to detail with like all the period work. Very good.
Yeah, he really goes all out. Like he doesn't skimp on any aspect when he makes a movie.
Like that turn of the century look for like late 1800s. It was immaculate. Great. Like in America, going to England, it's all very good.
So I give it I'm gonna have to give it a golden bucket. I think it was really cool. I don't know if I'll just rewatch this all the time, but definitely very, very good.
Jessica Chastain is like. It's like Amy Adams, where I'm surprised she hasn't won an Oscar so far.
She just came out of nowhere and had like 4 huge movies in a year.
It was right after...
It's Tree of Life. That was the first movie I saw her in.
Not that one, the Take Shelter. It was right after Take Shelter that she like kind of exploded, the one with Michael Shannon.
No, I'm just saying like that year when Tree of Life... Because Tree of Life was the first thing I saw her in, but then it was Tree of Life, and then she was in Take Shelter, and then she was in Zero Dark 30, and then she was in...
But yeah, there was one year.
It was like a year
it was
where
like
she
7
was
shows
in
at
everything.
once.
It was insane.
Yeah.
But
what do you give it, Cole?
I give it 3.5 out of 4. It's
She was in The Help too at the same time.
Oh yeah,
that's right. It was
she was in The Help.
She was in The Help.
I thought it was the other one.
No, she was
Bryce
one of the wives.
Howard.
No.
Jessica Chastain.
Anyway.
3.5 out of 4
as everything from the acting. I mean, the story was really thin. Like it was kind of hard. It kept us guessing, and then
it
was old.
It's a Del Toro movie. It's more style than story.
Yeah,
that's just kind of him, I would say.
It's more style than story, but it keeps the acting.
What a style! Right?
Yeah, the acting. Well, the acting and just his attention to detail keeps you engaged in the film until the end.
It's like Hellboy 2. Like that movie's great, and it's not the movie that I would think on paper it would be.
Yeah.
But like he's just an entertaining director. I don't know.
Yeah. No, he knows how to tell a good story, even when there's not a story.
All right.
Pacific Rim is another great example. What's the story there?
Giant robots.
That movie's awesome.
I love that.
He knew what he was making when he made that.
That movie makes you feel like you're 5 years old, and it's awesome. But I'm not looking forward to the second one because it looks horrible.
Yeah, it does look bad.
I can't stand that trailer.
It looks so...
It's bad. That trailer's bad, and I'm not going to get
there's
into
a chance,
why it's so bad.
There's a chance that it'll be good. I mean, Del Toro didn't direct it, so...
But he's not involved at all, though.
Not even... I bet he has, like, an executive producer credit.
Because he did the first one.
I mean, obviously, that's probably it. But
it's probably just for money to make whatever he wants to do, but...
What do you give this film?
Yeah, I'm going to give it, 3.5 out of 4 million billion stars.
3.5 out of 4 million billion.
That's a foolproof rating system, right there.
I mean, that's more just because it's not really like my type of genre. Like, I'm not really like big into these type of movies, but for what it was, I really liked it. But it's not a movie I'd probably seek out and watch again. But that's just because of what my preferences are. It's not Mad Max Fury Road, which I could again watch on repeat.
Yeah, I could.
Another great example of a super thin story that's just so entertaining, just based on style.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All it was trying to rescue a bunch of hot chicks and getting chased by a dude in an oxygen mask.
Well, there you have it, everybody.
I'm gonna go home and watch that movie.
Crimson Peak. Take a peek at Crimson Peak, and we'll see you next time at the movies. All right, the section you've all been waiting for. Should or shouldn't you watch this? I'm going to say you should watch this. And here are 5 reasons why you should watch this. Number 1, if you like Guillermo Del Toro, you should watch this. 2, you like period horror and mystery films and period pieces like set back in the day. And beautiful set pieces and amazing CGI. Number 3, goth romance film. If you're into that, this is for sure that. Number 4, if you like haunted house movies, this is also that. And number 5, if you like The Shining, it has a lot of the same notes to it. And I think we mentioned that in the review today. As always, hit me up on the Twitters if you want to interact with the great Popcorn Priest at Popcorn Priest. I respond to every tweet. And next week, if you want to get caught up with us, we are reviewing Department Q / Keeper of Lost Causes. I'm going to check on that. That might be a colon. I would really enjoy if that was a colon. This is from 2013, so that's what we will be reviewing next week. So join us next week. And as always, thanks for listening.